I know what you're thinking. It's a van, Bob. It's a van, you know, a van. See the size of the thing? This should have a stripe like the A-Team or possibly Scooby-Doo. But you know what? It has 7 seats. And as the fact that the 7-seat car is kind of losing favour with people these days, this is a 7-seat van. This can carry way more than any 7-seat car. So let's have a good look around inside it and see what we think of it, right? Right. Interior Caravelle is very good. Have no fear, first of all. This is from old stock Volkswagen, so you're going to be familiar with this if you've ever sat inside a Golf or anything in the last few years, but particularly the Caravelle or the Transporter or the California or any of them. Starting on this side over here, materials used are actually pretty good. They're rugged though, so you're not going to get a whole lot of soft stuff in here. This is meant for commercial use, meant for heavy duty. You've got a top box up here which is able to handle all the manuals belonging to the car. Also you've got a bottom box as well, which can handle more bits of paper and some wheel nuts, should you need them. We've also got across here, we've got a sat-nav built in. This is a touchscreen here on top that's able to do Apple CarPlay and Google Android. Beneath that, we've got our air conditioning system, which is also here. We've got suspension settings here. We can have comfort, sport, or normal in the middle of that. I have electric buttons here for both doors on both sides of the vehicle. I can also do the back door, the tailgate on the car from a button over on the door here. Storage bins moving down. You got a big storage bin here. You got a big storage bin underneath that as well with 2 cup holders in it. And underneath that, you got a bottle bin which you put in a full 2-litre bottle of water into. Fairly lively. This one is powered by a 2-litre diesel engine coupled to a 6-speed DSG, old-fashioned DSG box. Very reliable, that box. It will keep going forever. It's got a sport mode, no flappy paddles or anything like that. It's a van, right? But it's a quick van. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not slow. Instrument binnacle, if you've ever been in a Volkswagen, you've seen that before. It's the same instrument binnacle as ever. This one has active cruise control as well, which keeps it, well, you know, reasonable on a motorway. It's easy to use, just fire and forget sort of thing. It's a standard level 2, no big deal. It just does its job incredibly well. Worth noting, the air conditioning here can be synced to control the rear cabin separately from the front cabin, which is back there, or you can just sync it up so it's just the same temperature throughout the entire cabin, which is the way we like it here. Comfort wise, lads, if you can find something more comfortable than this van, or any van for that matter on the road, I don't know why vans just have that upright feeling in them, which makes them so comfortable on long journeys. It really is. It's just a lovely place to hang out and sit and be in for the whole journey. There's nothing I dislike up the front. I like driving these cars. They're lovely things to drive. But now let's check out where all the business happens in the back. My friends, the horses are back again. Anyway, let's have a look here what we can do in the back of this. So these are electrically controlled doors, which do make it very easy to open and close. You can control that from up that end of the vehicle as well. These 2 captain's chairs are reversible, so you can have them facing that way or facing this way into the cab, whichever one you please. It's a bit of a faff turning them around, but once they're turned, they're fine. This table thing in the middle, well, you can do a bit with this. So this one has cup holders on both sides. So this little cup holdery thing happens on that side of the vehicle as well. You can also move this that way. So that stays where it is. And then you can lift the top of it. Hold on, it's just a bit fiddly. But there we go, right, lift the top of it. Take out the 2 flaps, turn that, and you've got a full sort of picnic table or meeting table or a laptop table or whatever you want to make of this area for yourself. Folds away quite neatly as well. Press the button. I almost pressed the wrong button the first time. And there it is, pushed away, and you catch the handle on the back and move it up. Bench seat here has 3 seat belts in. You will fit 3 adults in this as well. This is slidable forward if you want. There's tracks all along the floor. And in actual fact, all of this can be removed and turned into a full-size van. So you've got all of the... Now, these aren't light, don't get me wrong. before you think this is just an easy matter, taking out these bench seats, they weigh a ton. But the options you have are a 4-seat car, as in crew cab styles. Turn these 2 seats that way, take out this bench, and you're left with a van to that point. Okay. Alternatively, take out these 2 seats, slide the bench forward, and you've got a van behind. So there's a lot of options in here. Or just remove the whole lot and you've got a full-size normal van. Also on the windows of this, we have little blinds, which are here. They clip up the top here. Oh, that doesn't work. They clip up the top. They're on all the windows, even these big side windows here as well, should you want a little bit darker in here, a little bit more privacy. They're perfectly see-through. They're not blackout windows. You're not going to sleep in here or anything. All along the roof, I have LED strips, lights and vents all the way along. And also here is a full heating system for yourself. This is very adaptable. Legroom in here is not an issue. Now, if you're sitting here and someone is sitting there, you can see the legroom I have, but if their knees are facing me, okay. So you are going to be chatting to someone quite close by. Generally speaking, on an international trip for Volkswagen, any of the Volkswagen group, these are what we're transported around in. So I have fitted 5 people back here in this part of the car with relative ease and comfort. So it's no big deal. 2 more seats to the front makes the 7 seats. So of course the captain's chairs to the front don't revolve in this car because they're full electric, but you can spec revolving front seats as well should you want to. Right, last but not least, let's look at boot space. I love the doors, by the way. So, boot space, it's van, right? Click this and then just get out of the way while it rises majestically by these gigantic struts here, as you can see on both sides. So this is standard boot space with all of the seats in place. So you can either choose, like you'll fit suitcases here straight up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You fit them straight that way, vertically. You fit your shopping in here. There's no shopping bag hooks, and you know, long-term viewers will know my great displeasure at there being no shopping bag hooks. But you know what? It's a minor detail. This boot space down the bottom is plenty big, plenty. You can go up, you can shift this big seat forward that direction, giving you more space down here. You've got a tonneau cover as well, which you can put over the top of that to stop people peering in through the back door stuff. Perfectly acceptable area. There's a coat hanger, if anyone ever wonders what that is, right? You hang your jacket there if you want to, and have a little coat hanger thing. What can I say? It's not clever, it's just big. That's what you want though, big. Now, I had no problem with shopping in here. It's not a big wavy vehicle, so it doesn't throw it around the place the whole time. It does work. And this, of course, being electric, if you're out for a run, I went for a run with my wife in this just a couple of days ago, and we stood, after it started to rain, we're finished running, we came back here, we stood underneath this thing like a roof. It was lovely, perfectly underneath this thing. Absolute bliss, lovely place to hang out. Right, let's go for a spin. Just wait for that boot to close. Right, there we go. Spin. Right, so back in the driver's seat. The important fact to remember is you're sitting very high up. Now I'm just trying to find my seatbelt here. You're sitting very high up, so you get to see quite a distance over the top of fences and things, which is really good. Like this being oh look at that, AdBlue has just appeared. 2,400 kilometers to go before I have to add AdBlue to it. And note on the AdBlue, now that I see that in front of me, the car probably won't start unless I add blue to it when it goes to 0. Just thought I mentioned that. This is the DSG version, of course, so I have no gears to change here. Just D-go. D-go. So to drive a Caravelle, it's a van. It's not going to drive any differently from any other van, really. It's just a van. I do find that German vans tend to deal with speed a lot better than some of the French vans. Some of the French vans feel like they're just big vans, which is deadly, but this kind of Caravelle van, when you put your foot down, it really does want to go, you know, just vroom, yeah, sure, we want to do 100 kilometers an hour here, no problem. Handling wise is nice and stiff. You can press the sport button, which stiffens the suspension further, so you get that, you know, when you're on an autobahn or a motorway or whatever and you want to get a little bit stiffer, you can click it again and go into comfort mode, which will soften a whole lot down and make your passengers feel possibly seasick in the back if they don't like that kind of thing. But I think it's lovely. Or just turn it off and go back to normal. Now that does actually sharpen up throttle response and things as well, but it's a van. I mean, seriously, it's not going to be record-breaking stuff here or anything. But to drive, love it. Absolutely love it. This is available in a 4-wheel drive version. There is a new model coming, so I wouldn't get terribly excited about this one particularly, because obviously there'll be new updates. It's been a few years now since we had a new Caravelle and a new California and a new Transporter, but don't expect a big difference between what you've got here and what's coming in the future. I think most of the difference will be up here on the dashboard. I love these kind of cars. It's the kind of car I would go and buy now, I have to say. Even with, I've only 2 kids. You know, they don't take up a lot of room. They fit into every car they've got, apart from the 2-seat roadster stuff. You know, everything else is fine. I think it's a great vehicle, and my kids love this sort of thing. They love the bus feeling to the whole lot, and so do I. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully by now you've hit that subscribe button and you want to see more of these videos. There are some support buttons down below, some links and things you can click. But until the next time, we'll see you on the far side.